Apologies to our star camera operator, Glenn. I'm sort of lurking behind him there as he was preparing to do work.
Camera lurker.
I am a bit of a... What, are we going to bring back scrum lurkers soon? Oh, yeah. Producer Tim says, hell yes.
We don't do it for preseason, though, right?
We should. We should. Oh, coming up later. Look at this. We have a coming up later. That's a new thing we're doing now. Kawhi Leonard introduced to the Toronto media. It was Media Day on Monday, so we're going to get to that.
And his laugh, if you haven't heard it yet.
Just a delight.
Fantastic.
He's going to endear himself to the fans in a big, big way. You know who's endeared himself to the fans in Tampa Bay? That's Harvard grad Ryan Fitzpatrick, Dan.
Harvard, you say?
Yeah, Harvard.
Okay. Bucks hadn't lost a game yet. Steelers hadn't won a game yet. Ryan Fitzpatrick, first quarter, on first and goal, finds Cameron Brate, 4-yard touchdown. Fitzpatrick, the first Bucks QB to throw 9 touchdown passes in the first 3 weeks of the season. Pittsburgh, what you got? Did you see the stiff arm? Wow. And look at the reaction from Cameron Hayward. Second quarter, Roethlisberger, play action, looking end zone. Overthrows Xavier Grimble. Rookie Isaiah Johnson hard into the wall. Looked horrible. It was actually okay. Antonio Brown created a stir when he did not show up to practice on Monday for the Steelers. After a Bucks fumble, Roethlisberger to Brown. And he gone. 27 yards for the touchdown. Roethlisberger passed for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. After a hot start to the season for Fitzpatrick, things took a turn for the worse. Looking for Mike Evans. And overthrows him, intercepted. The second pick thrown by Fitzpatrick. Things only got worse. Career high 3 first-half interceptions for Fitzpatrick. Bucks down 30-10 at the half. Fourth quarter, Bucks with the 3rd and goal. Fitzpatrick throws a jump ball. Chris Goodwin goes up, gets it. Bucks close the deficit to 10. Next Tampa Bay possession. Under 6 minutes to go. Fitzpatrick back to the end zone. Mike Evans. What a catch. Fitzpatrick, first quarterback in history to throw for over 400 yards in the first 3 games of the season. Just over 2 minutes ago, Roethlisberger needs a first down to help ice the clock and connects with Juju Smith-Schuster. Pittsburgh able to run out the clock and beat Tampa Bay, so the Steelers pick up their first win. Tampa gets their first loss.
John Tavares was not in the lineup against the Habs on Monday, but that didn't stop the media from asking why he didn't meet with the Canadiens during his summer free agency tour. That leads us to our latest segment. When will John Tavares snap? Will it be after one too many questions about teams he did not meet with in free agency, one too many questions about William Nylander's contract, one too many questions about the team's captaincy, or when Steve Simmons, longtime Toronto Sun reporter, asks him for change the Scotiabank Arena vending machine? We'll keep you posted. Toronto dressing just 3 skaters who played at least 10 NHL games last season against Montreal. Charles Hudon in the lineup for the Habs, and he scores an absolute beaut. That is Gord Miller on the call. So the Habs were up 3-1 at this point, and now it's 4-1. Hudon scored 10 goals in 72 games last season. Montreal up 5-1 on the Leafs through 2. Third period, Hudon and Andreas Borgman meet again. This time it's Borgman with a dangerous knee-on-knee hit. Ensuing power play, Hudon. Great opportunity here, and the backhand is stopped by Garrett Sparks, who gives up 5 goals on 36 shots. Nice save there.
Jets and Flames. Nick Ehlers had a career-high 29 goals last season. 22-year-old playing right wing in camp. Second period, Jets power play. Ehlers from the circle through traffic. Ehlers, his first of the preseason, entered with just 2 shots on goal over his first 2 preseason games. Tied it to, hey, it's preseason. Under 5 to play in the frame. Ran in 10. To a wide-open Sami Niku. Second of the game. Nico trying to earn a spot on the blue line after posting 54 points in 76 games with the Moose last season. 4-2 Jets. Flames scoring leader Dylan Dubé to Mark Giordano. Top shelf. Dubé's second point of the game, giving him 7 over 5 preseason games. We needed overtime. Nick Ehlers, your turn. Ehlers starts the rush. He finishes the rush. Second of the game. Jets win at 5-4.
Canucks in action as well in Los Angeles. Yes, that is Ilya Kovalchuk returning to the NHL after 5 years in the KHL. We need to turn the lights on here. Kovalchuk jumping on to turnover. And he shoots it wide. 35 years old, had 31 goals in 53 games in Russia last season.
Great lighting at this game in Salt Lake City.
Not really sure. In Utah, they don't like massively bright lights. Kovalchuk stopped by Jacob Markstrom. He's got 1 goal this preseason. Brock Besser still goalless in the preseason.
For the rookie.
Oh, this lighting is bizarre.
Quick shuts that down on the side of the goal.
Stopped by Jonathan Quick later.
For Berchi.
I feel like this is like a game played in secret somewhere. Besser.
Besser one-timer.
Good look. Still wide, can't find the back of the net.
Besser one-timer tipped out of
Okay, we had no goals, but the Kings won 4-1.
Imagine for a second defecting from your Cuban national team, disappearing with your brother, and then 2 years later, playing against that same brother in the majors. That's exactly what happened to the Gurriel brothers Monday in Toronto. Yuli and Lourdes Gurriel meeting on a big league ball field for the first time ever. How awesome is this moment?
Is on deck.
Hugging before the game. Yuli ranks first in the AL with a .407 average with runners in scoring position with a runner on second. Flare to shallow center. It drops. Plates his 85th RBI of the season. Gives the Astros an early lead. Home half. After a leadoff single. He wants to match his brother with an RBI. Instead, grounds into the double play. Lourdes was, while he's running to first, appeared to pull up. After talking with the trainer, heads to the clubhouse, leaves with tightness in his left hamstring. Former Jays closer, Roberto Osuna, visiting with some of his old teammates. So chatting with John Gibbons and GM Ross Atkins. Top 9 with the Astros leading 4-3. Osuna warming up in the bullpen.
Loosening up. It's a save situation.
And entered the game where he received a chorus of boos.
It's the American Standard Line.
Osuna's first appearance in Toronto since April 28th. First batter he faces gets Billy McKinney with a breaking ball. 2 out. Osuna gets and Harvis Solarte to pop out to end it. Osuna converts the save in his return to Toronto as the Astros take this one 5-3.
Houston takes the opener 5-3.
Yankees race half hour before opening pitch. Lightning in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Lightning.
A lightning strike right near Tropicana Field.
And
That's what
the
happened
power's
at the
out.
stadium as
What will
was
Meredith
doing a report with us.
Marakovitz
We lost
do?
her. Yes, she does, Meredith.
Just
You were done
smile.
there. So Jack and I ended.
Meredith Marakovitz. That sounds like a reporter on the Flintstones. Fred, you have a crush on Meredith Marakovitz. 4-1 the final. Yankees win. And can I also mention that Yankees victory means the Tampa Bay Rays have been eliminated
That's
from
right.
playoff contention. That's how Howard Finkel would say it.
All the playoff teams in the American League are set. Sox, Indians, and Astros, they've all won their respective divisions. Only thing left to find out is whether the Yankees hold on to their lead over Oakland and play the wild card game in the Bronx.
Now, the National League wild card game will take place next Tuesday in Chicago, or LA, or St. Louis, or it could also be in Milwaukee. Oh, and it could also be in Colorado. So things are pretty much wide open in the old senior circuit.
Because if they lose, Colorado won, it'd be down to a half-game lead. The Rockies simply will not go away. The last time the Rockies had an NLDS appearance, I mentioned this on Sunday's show, back in 2009. Still to come, setting his sights on the here and now. Kawhi Leonard finally addresses the media.
I love preseason puck. I mean, I'm just getting so excited. This walkover segment is sponsored by Tiger Tail Ice Cream Emporium. Only Tiger Tail, no other flavor.
So we mentioned Tiger Tail last week. A lot of irate people said, "Don't knock it till you try it."
They said it like that?
Well, whenever someone responds to me on Twitter, I picture them speaking that way.
I picture them in that weird arena in Utah with all the blue lighting. 2 months after he was traded to the Raptors, Kawhi Leonard was finally introduced on Monday to the Toronto media. It was media day in the NBA, all over the NBA. Leonard opened up somewhat to the media.
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, there's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at. I want to play here. You know, as long as I have on a jersey, I want to play basketball. I came here with an open mind. You know, I want to do great things. So I'm going to make sure that, you know, I put my all effort on the court each and every night. And, you know, by winning games, this is how you know, get star caliber players. I look at it as a day-to-day process. Like I said, my focus is on this year, this group that I have, and us striving to get to a championship. We all want to win. And if you're looking in the future, you're going to, you know, trip over the present. Excited, knowing I'm coming to a great city that loves basketball, great organization, and happy that Danny was coming with me as well.
Guys, the narrative of not wanting to come to this city is gone. You know, like, I think that's old, and we should move past that. Believe in the city. Believe in yourselves. You know, first of all, here in Toronto, we have to believe in ourselves, right? Yeah, we should stop talking about, like, coming to the city or wanting to come to the city. That's old talk. And we want to win.
I like that guy. Kyle Lowry back for his 7th season with the Raps, but his first without his best buddy, DeMar DeRozan.
Our relationship is bigger than basketball. You know, I talked to him last night. You know, we talked about life. You know, still my boy. At the end of the day, you know, I'm coming to go to work, and I've done that every year since I've been here. So it's another year, another day to try to get better, another year to try to win a gold trophy.
Have you had a chance to speak with Kawhi? How much sort of contact have you had with him over the summer? And if so, what were those initial conversations like?
Honestly, I haven't had a chance to really talk to him. You know, I seen him this morning. We spoke, but you know, we'll have a full season. We have a full week of training camp to get to know each other. You know, he's my teammate now, so I'm excited to play with him. And, you know, I always ride or die for my teammates.
Have the same level of trust in Masai Ujiri as you did in previous years?
He made a decision. You know, he's a president. You know, at the end of the day, he's the president of our organization. He makes decisions to help us win the championship, right? So, you know, that's a decision he made. For me, my job is to be ready to go. And, you know, I'm ready to go and play.
That's a very diplomatic answer.
Speaking of Kawhi, here's a stat for you. He has the best winning percentage in NBA history among players with at least 400 games played.
He seemed pretty happy to be there. It's hard to tell. That laugh was like an indication, perhaps, that he had joy inside.
Yes. Hey, you mentioned it's media day around the NBA on Monday.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan, he was in his Spurs uniform for the first time. The former Raptor met with the San Antonio media. DeRozan traded to the Spurs this past offseason after spending his entire 9-year career in Toronto.
Did you circle those 2 dates?
Without a doubt. It was every day was circled, but that one got like extra 2 circles. You definitely want to be wherever you want it, you know, and leaving Toronto, you know, that definitely wasn't, you know, my plan, but being accepted and wanted elsewhere in a place like the Spurs is definitely like I said, is a high honor.
It's very weird seeing these company logos more and more often on NBA jerseys. Like, what's Frost?
I bet you it's probably a healthcare something.
Good guess. LeBron James had his introductory press conference with LA on Monday. And Dan, the talk turned, and there were an insane amount of people here. The talk turned whether his Lakers could beat Golden State.
We got a long way to go to get to Golden State. They could pick up right where they left off, starting with training camp. If they start today or whenever they start, we're picking up from scratch. So we have a long way to go.
What, if anything, at this stage of your career creates pressure for you, brings about pressure?
Nothing. Nothing.
Between the movie project, the TV project, the documentary, the HBO show, how do you juggle off the court stuff and on the court stuff and keep it from becoming a distraction potentially?
How long have you been following me? Huh? Apparently not long enough. There go your answer right there.
Seems like he doesn't have time for these LA types.
It's going to be a fun year. We just checked Frost in San Antonio. It's a bank.
Now, what's Wish?
It's like an Amazon. You buy stuff on it. So good luck, Wish.
Is that even real?
Enes Kanter also speaks to the media on Monday, where he had a rather unique reaction to the Knicks' chances of making the playoffs.
I like it a lot, man, because I've been in the playoffs before, and then that should be everybody's goal. You know, it's the playoffs. When I think about playoffs, my nipples get hurt. I'm sorry. That's the thing, man. It's the playoffs. That's what we play for.
So Squarespace, that's probably one of those like workplace. Everybody works in like one big, like the WeWork places. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a workplace kind of thing.
I still don't understand who names a bank Frost Bank.
Enes Kanter said he's a free agent in 2019. He says, "I want to retire here. Nothing has changed." Who wouldn't want to retire in New York?
Guess what the Caps did on Monday?
What's that, Dan?
They revealed their third jersey. Let's look at the new gear in our latest edition of Sports Clips.
I can't believe producer Tim agreed to let us do this segment for the second day in a row.
The new look, modeled after the team's original red jerseys they wore back in the 70s. The retro look sports 6 stars across the chest and 5 along the arms. Washington will rock these sweaters for 12 home games this season, starting on November 11th.
What do you think?
Sports Clips. Love them.
I think they're really, really sharp. The Philadelphia Flyers revealed the team's new mascot on Monday. His name, Gribbly. I'm sorry, Gritty. And he is quite something. Prepare to be terrified, children of this country. Twitter went to a frenzy. The cousin Youppi doesn't talk about, said the Habs. Division rival Pittsburgh, LOL, okay, all in millennial small case. So dismissive. Gritty made his debut at the Flyers preseason game, dancing, having a terrific time. But an intermission. Oh, Gritty's down, Gritty's down, Gritty's down. What are you doing? Yes, small. This guy's got it figured out. Snow Angel. Oh, he's stolen that belly, you know, the little belly thing from the Philly Fanatic.
And Gritty's got a bee under his bonnet. There's also video of him before all that happened. He was shooting shirts at Flyers employees.
I guess he was showing them who's boss now.
Yeah, Gritty's in town.
Yeah, I guess so.
Safe to say Gritty is a hit.
And you know what that means, Dan? T-shirts, action figures, and, of course, a major motion picture.
It was supposed to be a myth. A legend Flyers players told to scare each other. But while on an expedition deep into the heart of Wells Fargo Center, Claude Giroux and defenseman Radko Gudas unleash an ancient evil, and Philadelphia is about to get starring Andy Serkis as Gritty, Ewan McGregor as Claude Giroux, and chewed gum in the take a penny, leave a penny tray as NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. The Hockey News calls Gritty confusing. King Cake Baby exclaims, hardly scary. And TSN's Ryan Rashaw calls it this generation's Gremlins 2. I soiled my pants. This fall, you can skate, but you can't hide from Gritty.
I also soiled my pants. That is going to be awesome.
Gribbly.
Gribbly.
When we come back. Have you ever wished there was some sort of sports award segment for the best plays of the day? Oh, are you in luck?
Our stats guy, Hound Dog Harrison. Oh, that was Eric O'Neill, one of our star story editors. Rico, we call him. Charles Hudon spins, fires, and scores as Montreal beats Toronto in the preseason.
Phillies and Rockies, DJ LeMahieu slashes one into right center. And Roman Quinn gets it.
Not a good night for Toronto Maple Leafs goalie Garrett Sparks. He turns it over. Arturi Lehkonen scores the second of the night. You heard Gord Miller on the call. Gord Miller is ready for the regular season.
Yanks and Rays, Brandon Lowe launches. Deepest part of the park. Brett Gardner going back at the wall. It's going to be a lot better. He still caught it. Astros and Jays, Evan Gattis in a shallow center. Kevin Pillar's there. Haven't seen a lot of those catches this year from Pillar.
My dentist told me that he's the Blue Jays dentist, and he said he met Pillar last week, and he's a terrifically nice guy.
Good teeth?
I didn't get that deep into it with my dentist.
Or maybe it's like a lawyer-client privileges. You can't have both.
Yeah, or doctor-patient privileges, or dentist-patient privileges.
Because the ball beat him to the bag on match throw. Ryan's not arguing.
Before we get to the plays of the week, I think we should check in to see how the week was for cameraman Glenn. Glenn, good week?
You leave me alone.
What a guy. I'm racking my brain trying to figure out what I did to Glenn.
What didn't you do? Glenn has never liked you since we started this program just over a year ago. And maybe you need to think about why.
I've got some soul searching to do.
Yes, you do, Dan. When we come back, we're going to be laughing. Laughs and lots of laughs.
The Ryder Cup from Paris gets underway Friday morning or Thursday night, depending on where you are. We've got you covered on TSN 1 and 4, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
My understanding is we are being sent over to Paris to cover that.
Correct.
Now for the rest of the stories you need to know. Brand new graphics. Here we go. Jay and Dan Newsreel.
Yeah!
Oh, my God!
We got the graphics.
Oh, my gosh!
It only took
oh, wow!
2 months.
I'm genuinely shocked. The 49ers confirmed Jimmy Garoppolo's out with a torn ACL and will miss the rest of the season. Wow, that new graphic was great. That was worth the wait. Garoppolo injured in the fourth quarter of yesterday's game against Kansas City after getting awkwardly off his left leg. Garoppolo, that 5-year, $137.5 million contract extension in the offseason. C.J. Beathard is going to get the start for San Fran this week against the Los Angeles Chargers.
And Colin Kaepernick, maybe a tryout?
I don't see that happening because of the... Anyway. And that was, let's see it again. Oh, gosh, it's so great.
Really well done.
Gosh, that's great TV. Well done, Tim. During Kawhi Leonard's intro to the Toronto media on Monday, he revealed that he has a very intriguing laugh. Well, after listening to Kawhi laugh, we wanted to bring you a new segment we like to call The Great Laugh Off.
Oh my God! That was amazing.
That was really good. Like all those Canadian comedians.
That just brightens your day. If you're having a bummer of a day, you see that and you're like, ah.
Oh, that's going to be a huge hit on social media.
And if you have any other athletes that we can add to the laugh off, let us know.
Please send us your tweets. Our Twitter address, Dan?
@Jay and Dan.
That's right, @Jay and Dan. So toss us a follow, won't you?
Still to come. After this World Paddle Tour pro went through the glass, we're counting down glass moments in the SportsCenter Top 10. Admitted, everyone loves lists. That includes you. Tuesday night, the TSN panel of hockey experts reveal their list of the top 50 NHL players.
This edition of the show features a special edition of Win, Lose, or Tie with Ty Domi. So tune in for that. Dan, you ever play this paddle tennis?
Yeah, against our good friend C.J. Nitkowski.
I thought that only senior citizens played it. Oh my gosh!
Oh, we didn't do that.
I always love when that kind of thing happens in hockey, but this seems more dangerous.
Yeah, I think they were okay.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! No, that's not. Oh no!
No!
Oh no! No! Man, that is terrific stuff there. Terrific stuff indeed, and nice commentary there. Yes, paddle tennis is a fast-rising sport for humans too lazy to play real tennis, but who also want the added danger of hurling themselves through a giant windshield. That danger continues as we crash into the top 10. Henrik Anderson. Nice footage. And the glass gave way.
In 2003, Barry Bonds taking batting practice, put it out of Wrigley and into an apartment building.
In his first game as head coach of the Avalanche, remember this? Patrick Waugh lost it. He was very upset at Bruce Boudreau, and look at that, he almost brings down the partition. Patty Waugh wanted a piece of Boudreau.
Jason Red Sox with Fenway, Melky Cabrera launches one over the monster, and I know that's going, yep, into someone's windshield. Looks like a Honda Pilot.
Reliable?
Honda Pilot.
2002, Montreal and Carolina faced off in the second round of the playoffs. Doug Gilmour. The best part of this is when he realizes that the glass is shattered, he has a bit of shame.
I've never ever seen that in all the years I've been around this game.
Tiger Woods was part of a Nike commercial, was told to go ahead and aim for the camera, and Woods nails the camera from 60 yards.
Leafs Bruins 08. Milan Lucic is about to destroy Mike Van Ryn. Wow. The sound is incredible.
March 2001. Watch the lawsuit, Ty. Watch the lawsuit, Ty. That doesn't happen anymore.
No. Here's a guy I haven't heard from for a while. Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins. He was an instant legend with this backboard-shattering dunk. Then Commissioner Larry O'Brien told Dawkins that if he broke any more backboards, it would cost him $5 grand. Dawkins kept at it, and that led to the breakaway rims used today.
And in 2013, glass gives way when Adam Party gets hammered into it. This man, and he's enraged, takes the helmet, puts it on.
And then his lady friend, she poured the beer. There's a lot of things happening at the United Center that night.
I'm surprised we didn't have the Steve Sullivan one where but the glass didn't break because he puts it over the glass, hits the fan in the nose.
Yeah, I guess it's, it either had to give way or break. Mike Van Ryn. Haven't said that name for a while.
That was a good top 10.
Yeah, that was really good, whoever put that together. Tim?
Kerwin Bell.
Did you do that?
Didn't make it in that.
That's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Someone else put that together. I'm still just so shocked that we have a brand new newsreel graphic.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking stuff. Highlight of the night's coming up.
It's going to be pretty cool, guys. Hey, toss us a follow, will you? At Jay and Dan. I'm ready to get this going here. We're also ready to get our You Blew It segment going. I blew it when I tried to say Mo Salah. I said striker. I said striko Mo Salah instead of striker. He's a striker. Dan, you blew it in the Bucks pack. You said Chris Goodwin. It's Godwin. You blew it during the Jannies. You called DJ LeMahieu D-July. You also said it took producer Tim 2 months to get that new newsreel animation. And that is technically true because we had about a month and a half of prep, and then we've had 3 weeks we've been back. So I think that's incorrect. I think Dan was bang on
You've only
there.
been back 3 weeks?
That's right.
Feels a lot longer.
Really?
Yes.
And you also blew it, Dan. And this one comes from our stats guy, Hound Dog Harrison. You can also follow him on Twitter. You said be under his bonnet. According to the stats guy, it's be in his bonnet. And why is a man wearing a bonnet?
But that's the same thing, because a bee is not outside your bonnet, it's in it.
Yeah, but you're saying under. He's saying in.
Oh, anyway, I don't care.
So under, it could be in your skull. Boy, you're really full of stress, aren't you? But how great is that new graphic? Oh!
Yeah.
Here we go, Jay and Dan newsreel.
Yes!
Oh my gosh!
We got the graphic!
Oh my gosh!
It only took
wow!
2 months.